Hello, hello. It is Shay once again from Shay Lines Designs in Corp. We are getting ready to do the hair tip of the day. I missed you guys on last week, but I appreciate everyone's support on last week and everyone that watched the show, shared the show, commented on the show, came up to me and congratulated me on the show. I appreciate all you guys. I thank you all. It was such an honor to know that people were listening and getting the tips from the show and was excited about this show. So, hey, we are here again, once again, to give you some tips on your hair. As you notice, I changed mine. I do that time to time. Today, just all my natural, nothing added. Just me. All right. But I just wanted to come today and we're going to dive in and we're going to talk about some different things. I had a couple of questions last week when I talked about the dry scalp, and some people wanted to know about what grease to use, what was a good product. So I looked up a couple of things and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna promote these products. I like them. So they were good for other people to use at home. I had the Do Grow is a good grease. Some of you people probably know about the Do Grow products. They have very good products to use on your hair for natural and for processed hair. Like I said, when it comes to that dry scalp, remember it is your skin. It is skin. It is not something that does not need to be moisturized. It needs moisture just like your skin. When you take a bath, you put on that lotion, your skin, your scalp needs that. So the other one I like, Carol's daughter. She's good. She has a very good moisturizer for your hair. And then also Dr. Miracle is a very good grease. I known people that have been using it for years. It's very good on their hair. It can be a little higher than the normal grease. So those are three that I would recommend on your hair, on your scalp, to get your scalp very healthy, especially that Dr. Miracles, because it is a treatment. They have a treatment formula in it that helps the scalp heal. And then, like I said, in old school, go back to using some of the stuff we used when we grew up. I like Suffer 8 for when I have like you getting sores or something. That helps with like the sores in your head. The Suffer 8, the medicated one, the blue bottle, that is good on the scalp to heal like little sores from dry scalp, because sometimes dry scalp do cause sores in your head. So that right there, those four right there, very good on the hair. So today's topic of the day, we're going to talk about your hair shaft, the strand of your hair. We're going to talk about porosity and poisedness on the hair. How would you know if your hair is high, low, or medium poised? There's a couple of ways to find out. One is called the float test. You're going to take a strand of your hair, literally, and you're going to put it in the water. And in the water, if your hair drops to the bottom while it's in there, that means you have a low porosity of hair. Your hair is very low in poisonous, meaning that your shaft is so closed up that it can't get any moisture in it. Now, I know people are saying, well, how do you know that? It's several ways to find out. Like I said, the one is the float test. You're going to find out by putting your hair, a strand of your hair, into a glass of water. Simple as that. Just a glass of water is going to show you and test you, give you the test you need as far as knowing how to test your hair to see how porous it is. So the first one, like I said, if it floats to the bottom, it is low in poisonous, meaning that your shaft, your cuticles are closed up tightly. That means you cannot get a whole lot of moisture in. You can't get a whole lot of moisture out. So with hair like that, you want to be able to moisturize your hair a little bit more than somebody that has medium or high porous hair. So again, if your hair floats to the bottom, it is low porous hair, meaning your cuticles are very, very tight. Okay. All right. So again, with low porous hair, it resists moisture. It means it's hard, like I said, again, to get your hair moisturized. A lot of people wonder why my hair is so hard to get moisturized. It's because of that. is because your cuticles are so closed up. It's like you got it locked up with a vote. You got it locked in the key, and it's locked up and can't nothing get in and can't nothing get out. But there is a solution to that. A lot of people don't know protein is not good on low porosity hair because it's already going to be dried out. Protein dries your hair out. So if you're a person and you're using a lot of protein on your hair and your hair is low porosity, you're making it even more drier. You're making it even more brittle, excuse me. You're making it even more hard and coarse because of the low porosity type of hair that you have. So in order to avoid that, you need more conditioners. You need more moisturizer in your hair. And I suggest when you have that type of low porosity type of hair, it's good to get oil treatments. Go and get an oil treatment. You can do an oil treatment at home. Like I said, these are tips of the day. You can do it at home. Get you a plastic cap. Get you some oil that goes on your hair. Sit up under a dryer for about 20 minutes so that your cuticles can open up, because hot water opens it up. So when you sit up under that dryer, guess what it's going to do? It's going to open up that cuticle, and it's going to cause that oil to go into the hair, go into the cuticles, go into the inside of the hair. So then when you rinse it out again, like I said, rinse out with cold water. Do not rinse your hair out with warm water after you get a deep conditioning or a deep hot oil treatment. Rinse your hair out with cold water, because what cold water is going to do is going to shut up the cuticles. It's going to trap in the moisture that your hair needs when it's low porosity. So that's a tip for today for the people with low porosity. So the next one is what? You have medium porosity hair. Medium porosity hair is very loose cuticle layers of the hair. It allows a medium or moderate flow of moisture to go in and out of the hair, because it's not all the way closed, but it's not all the way open either. So with that type of hair, you can do really good things with it, because it does grab. Like my hair, I believe my hair is more a medium porosity because my hair grabs color like really quick because my cuticles are open. So when I wear my red, it grabs red so quick. I don't even have to do a whole lot to get red in my hair. And so being that is a medium porosity, meaning, like I said, your shafts are open a little bit, is, not as closed. So when you do the water test, the float test, guess what? It's going to be in the middle of the water in your cup. However much water you put in your cup, it's going to float inside of the cup. It's going to float in the middle. So that's another way to test your hair. Like I said, the low is going to drop to the bottom because it's not opening up. It's not able to get anything in. But that middle one, that middle porosity, is going to float in the top, in the middle of that water. So those are two ways to find out, concerning the mid and the low porosity hair. For the high, when you do that test, it is going to float. Guess what? Because high porosity hair has its cuticles all the way open. Everything can go in. Anything can get into your hair. All the color, all of the moistures, it just got holes in the cuticle. It's just open. So it allows moisture to go in quickly, and it allows it to come out quickly too. Which can this is what leads to y'all that have the natural hair, and you're like, why is my hair so fuzzy? Why is it so fuzzy? Because you have high porosity hair. So what that means, like I said, it takes out the moisture quickly and it brings moisture in quickly. So it receives it quick, shuts down the cuticle, but the cuticle opens back up, runs it back out. So if you hot, you sweating, you in the pool, you are, get rained on or anything like that, eventually your hair is going to go what? Poof. It's going to poof back up. It's going to be fuzzy. It's going to have all that going on with it. So with this type of hair, you definitely want to have a more oils on it. Where I told you last week or the week prior about oiling the scalp once a week. With somebody with a high porosity hair, I advise you to do it twice, because your hair, it brings it in and it takes it out so quick that your hair needs a little bit more when it comes to moisturizing it. So me personally, the middle porosity hair is the hair that really kind of holds everything because it's not opened all the way and it's not closed all the way. So guys that have, like I said, if you got that low porosity hair, your hair is hard. I recommend that you do hot oil treatments, do moisturizing treatments under the dryer with a cap, because it's going to cause your hair to open up, cause those cuticles to open up, right? All right, so what we're going to do today is what I want to explain to y'all is the different layers of the hair. I think this would really be good for you guys when it comes to understanding what your hair is and the structure of the hair. And then I'm gonna get back to also another testing of how you can test what type of hair you have. Okay. All right, let's get to the structure of the hair. Let me get to my notes here. All right. So the hair has 3 different layers of the hair. Okay. So the hair has the cuticle, which we know is the outer layer of your hair, which I just talked about, having the pores, low pores, high, mid cuticle levels. So you have the cuticle strand outside the hair. And in another way to find out too about your hair, I learned this in school, in hair school. You don't even have to put your hair in water. You can right now, while you're watching the broadcast, you can take a strand of your hair right now and run your finger like this down the hair. And if you feel like little small bumps, you're feeling your cuticles. If it's open, you're going to feel those small little ridges on that one strand of hair. You're going to literally feel that. If it's low porosity, you're going to feel it because you're not going to feel, excuse me, because they're closed. It's going to feel more smooth because your cuticles are closed up. If it's open, you're going to feel that little rigid type of bumpiness on the hair. That means your cuticles is open and that is either medium or is high porosity. So you want to, that's another way you could do right now, literally while you're on the broadcast while you're watching. So the next thing, let's see, we want to talk about, it's called the cortex of the hair. The cortex is the thickest layer of the hair. This is where you're going to have your protein. It deals with the pigments of our hair color. You know, we all have different hair colors, different shades of color in our hair. This is where the hair color shade difference comes from, the different pigments in our hair. It deals with the cortex of the hair. So that's the second layer of the hair. You got your cuticle, then you got your cortex. Okay, so the hair comes in 3 stages, 3 layers. You have like I said, the cortex is the part that has the fiber, it has the protein, and it's going to deal with your pigments in your hair. So when I'm coloring somebody's hair and I am lifting it, like I said, for mine, if I'm lifting my hair to this red color or whatever, it is going to deal with the cortex of the hair. The shaft, my cuticles open up, and which the chemical process causes it to open up. Like if you're doing a relaxer or perm or anything, it's going to cause those shafts to open up, that cuticle to open up to get to the cortex, which is where the color is. The color of my hair being black or off black or whatever your color is, your natural color. So when that cuticle opens up and I can get into the cortex, I can get into the pigment of your color and change it. So that's where we have the color chart, and we can figure out what color best fits you and your pigment, because guess what, your skin has these different pigments too. And sometimes you see somebody with a different color in their hair and it's not quite, blending together, you know what I mean? It's like, wait a minute, that don't look right with their color. It's because of the pigments. It's because of the skin, the color, the tonings in the hair and the tonings in their skin. So sometimes a lot of people don't need to be wearing certain colors. I'm not putting people out there, but I'm just saying, just suggestion. It's good to match it up. Really good. So your pigments are where the color changes in your hair. That's what gives you the color in our skin and the color in our hair. So the third level is medulla, and that is the softening part of the hair inside the center part of the hair. In the shaft of your hair, there is medulla inside of it. It's a soft texture inside of the hair. So I was a scientist and I was testing somebody's hair and I wanted to take a strand of hair and I cut it open inside of that little piece of strand. This tell you how intelligent our God is, and I am a Christian, guys. I love the Lord. So you might hear me talk about him on here too. So the intelligence of how we were created when our hair inside of that, your cuticle, your cortex, inside there is the medulla, which is a soft texture on the inside of your hair, and that is it's good for all for your healthiness of your hair. You That needs to stay healthy, and that goes back to, like I said, moisturizing the hair, making sure you're using the right shampoos. Can I say this, ladies? And I know it's I didn't have people sit in my chair that have had scares. I get it. I understand it. When it comes to trimming the hair, ladies, those that want to wear their hair straight, those that want to wear it natural, trimming your hair it is needed, especially when it comes to split ends. So what you're doing, your hair is splitting, it's getting down to that medulla, it's getting down to the cortex, and the hair is being damaged even more. So that's why I advise my clients to get their hair trimmed. I don't cut off everybody's hair. I trim it. There's a difference between cutting and trimming hair. And I know, ladies, I have known people have went through a lot of scares when it comes to hair, getting their hair cut in salons, and they go in with hair down their back and they leave out and their hair short as mine and they didn't ask for that. I understand it. I do. Trust me, I truly understand it. So, but my thing is, getting your hair trimmed helps the health of the hair as well. It does help it. It does give it the growth that you'll be looking for. Like I said, the getting the right moisturizer, getting the right conditioners and the right shampoos, the right greases on the hair. It really helps the hair to stay healthy. And that's what I'm just trying to teach and give y'all little tips on how to maintain your hair. Even if you are not here in Tulsa, you're not one of my clients, this is something you can do at home, and even mention to your stylist where you're at. Like, I was watching this broadcast, and one of the ladies that owns Shayline's Designs out in Tulsa, she was saying this, and this about the hair. And can we try this on my hair and just see if it works? Because, like I said, having the oils, getting the trims really helps the hair to grow. And if any of my clients are watching, yes, it really helps the hair to grow. It helps the hair to do what it needs to do. I'm finna get online so I can see who's on here, so I can say hello. All right, I see PIT Francine. I see Alicia, Ashley, my cousin Vanity. I see a couple of people out there. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. So, like I said, these type of things really help the hair stay healthy. Knowing the structure of the hair and how that low porous hair really needs more, because and it really needs that treatment. I I do treatments on my own hair. I think everybody needs to do a treatment at least once a month on their hair. Get a oil treatment, get a conditioning treatment done on their hair. Sit up under the dryer, read a book, watch a movie. If you got a dryer at home, one of them hoodie dryers to put on your head, it don't take nothing but about 20 minutes and you're done. Rinse it out, like I said, in cold water. Guess what? You're good. Your hair is going to love it. You're going to love your hair because now you're treating the hair just like you treat your skin. We all, we take care of our face. We buy all the little different things for our face, for to make sure our face is clean, to make sure we have the best lotions for our body, that we are in our callus and heart. Why not do that for our hair? Our whole entire body, our whole entire being needs to be healthy. When we try to eat as healthy as we possibly can, so that we can make sure our organs and everything is working like it's supposed to be. We have to do the same thing with our hair. We have to basically take care of the hair like you take care of your body. And I am a stickler for that. I promote healthy hair. I understand getting weave. I wear braids. I do it all. But I want healthy hair at the end of the day. When I take the weave out, I don't want my hair breaking off. When I take the braids out, I still want my edges I need all that. Ladies, we need that. We need all of that. So at the end of the day, take care of this hair. It will help you in the long run, when it comes to having healthy hair. But anyway, again, like I said, that the low porosity hair is a tight cuticle hair. Again, I'm gonna tell you some other tips on how to find out how is how is my hair. Is it high? Is it low? Is it medium? Is a couple of other tests you can do at home to know how to identify what type of hair you have. Again, like I said, the test of just right now, taking your hand, taking a strand of your hair on your head. You ain't got to take the hair out your head. Just take that one strand of your hair and just run your finger up and down it. It's going to show you if you're low, high, or medium porosity. Again, low porosity hair is going to what? It's going to feel smooth because the cuticles are not open. Meaning, again, you need treatments, oil treatments, to open that shaft up, to open up those cuticles so that the oils can get in and stay. Second, the medium one is going to be rigid a little bit. You're going to feel a little bit of the rigid bumpiness on the hair shaft because it's open what? Only so far. Second, third, is going to be the high. Is going to feel real rigid because you're going to feel all of your cuticles are open. So with the medium one, again, it does well with color. Any relaxers, any color, it takes really easy. It's just like boom. It is open, your hair is ready, it takes it in, it holds it in, and your color looks great. Low, it takes a minute. It takes a while to get that color to what you want because of the shafts being closed, the cuticles being closed. And then with the high, when it comes to color, you run it, that color leaves out quick because the cuticles are open. That's why honestly, my clients they be like, girl, you play too much. But I'll be telling them, if I could shampoo you in cool water the whole time, your hair would be wonderful. The only time I want to use warm water is for somebody with low porosity hair so I can open up their cuticles. But if they don't have low porosity hair, love to shampoo your hair in cool water, shampoo it, condition it in cool water, because it does wonders on the hair. It just does. It softens the hair up for one. It makes the hair feel so silky for the two, and it just really takes in all of what I'm putting into the hair when I'm using the shampoos and the conditioners. It really just takes in to the hair and it closes it up. It traps it in, where versus the warm water and the hot water, I'm stripping it all out. It's taking it out. All right. Okay. So the other one is the third tip I'm going to give you guys when it comes to identifying what type of porous hair you have. You can take a spray bottle and you can section your hair off and just mist your hair. Just watch your hair and see what happens. This is what happens. If your hair bubbles up with the water and is just sitting on top of the hair, it ain't going in the hair, and you just spray this mist of water on your hair and it's just sitting there, it ain't doing nothing, you got low porosity hair. Your hair is very porous, is closed up. That's another way. So what we got, the cup with the water, if it sinks to the bottom, the strand test when you run your finger on it and it's smooth. And now if you spray your section of your hair and the water is just sitting on your hair and it's not saturating into your hair, those are identities and indicators that you have low porosity hair. Two, when you spray the bottle, if that hair quickly absorbs into the hair, as soon as you spray it and it goes in, that means you have high porosity hair, meaning it is trapped in there so quick, because it's open, it just automatically takes that hair in. So when the hair is floating in the cup, again, the float test, it is high. When you're running your hand over your strand test and it got a lot of ridges on it, it's high. And now when you spray the water on it in the hair and it just absorbs the water quickly, you have high porosity hair. The other one is the medium. The medium is the one when it's in the float test, it's floating in the middle, or when you do the strand and there's only a few ridges that you feel, or when you spray it, it slowly goes into your hair. It sits for a little bit, but then it slowly goes in. That is medium porosity hair. So those are 3 ways you can find out what type of hair you have. So then you'll know how to maintain the hair when it comes to moisturizing it. So if you got the high, you know automatically it's going to take it in and it's going to shoot it out. So I got to do this a little bit more than once a week. Okay. So my hair won't be fuzzy, especially with natural people. You like, oh man, I put all this chemical in my hair, all this stuff on my hair, and by the end of the day, it's fuzzy. What can I do? Well, this is what I'm letting you know. Your hair is high in porosity, is high, and it has all the cuticles all the way open. It's like how can I explain this? Okay, say you got a onion, and you know onions are closed in, but when you cut it open and you start peeling it open, you can start getting to the core of it, right? So your hair is like that. So a high porosity hair is all the way open. You know, you have your onion and you open it up, and it can be open, all the layers up is open, and it can get anything in it, right? So when you have that high porosity hair like that, you want to what? Moisturize that hair constantly every day to keep it moisture and so it can get used to having that moisture in it, because it's sending it out as it goes in. And then again, the low end, my Jesus, the low end hair, the low porosity hair, you're gonna have to sit up under a dryer, because you got to get the cuticles open, especially if you're natural. You're not putting no chemicals on your hair. You're not doing no relaxer. You're not doing no color, because that does help your cuticles open. But if you're just natural, 100 natural, no color, no nothing, you're gonna have to take some time out and sit up under that dryer to get that moisture in your hair. If you are low porosity hair, your hair is your cuticles are closed up. It's that onion that has not been cut yet, literally. It ain't been opened up. It ain't been diced up. It ain't been sliced up. It is closed up. So therefore, you're gonna have to sit and call and get time enough to get those cuticles open so you can get the moisture and the oils in your hair. And then my low porosity people, again, like I said, that hair right there is gonna do what it needs to do. It's already open. It's gonna take that in. It's gonna take in the color. It's gonna take in the moisture, and you're gonna be fine. So you don't have to do as much as the person that has low and the person that has the high. The middle person, you're okay. You can put something on and you're good all day. You're good for a week. You're like, okay, I can do this once a week and call it a day. But my low porosity and my high porosity people, just take you just a little bit more to maintain your hair to get that moisture that it needs. All right, guys, it's almost time for us to call it quits. I enjoyed you all. In any of the y'all that are into the Tulsa area or the surrounding areas of Oklahoma, there's my information on the screen. If you want to message me or send me an email to schedule an appointment, you can schedule an appointment. You can call me at 918-409-0401. Excuse me. That number again is 918-409-0401. And then you can email me at shaypage@shaylonsdesigns.org. Excuse me, shaylonsdesign.org. So if anyone has any questions or want me to broadcast on something that is very dear to you when it comes to your hair, just inbox me. Let me know. Send me a message. Message me on Facebook or whatnot. You can just tune in and put it in the comments, and I will read it, and I will definitely answer that question on next week. So I pray that everyone was educated on today, got a tip that will help them with their hair, knowing what type of hair they have when it comes to having the moisture we need in our high, medium, and low porosity type of hair. So you guys be blessed. Enjoyed you all, and see you next week.